Hi, Rena. Good to see you.
Hi, good to see you too.
Hi, yeah. Lee Bryant with On the Move Charlotte, and everyone. This is Rena Powers with S&B Office Products, one of our preferred vendors for sure. We get all of our swag from Rena and her company. So thank you for that, Rena. Yeah, very much. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your overall company and what you do in typical times, and then we'll talk about how you've shifted to accommodate these times.
Sure. So our company is a family business, and we started in 1992. My mom started it. And we started in New York, which is where I'm from. And so our customer base is New York and here, since I'm here in Charlotte now. So we're a small minority woman-owned company in New York and North Carolina, certified in both states.
Awesome.
And we basically gear towards government, schools, and nonprofits, and also private corporations. So mostly business to business selling of office products, promotional products, and K through 12 school supplies. We also do office furniture, which is pretty hot right now too. So
yeah, exactly.
Just to get people set up at home, which.
Yeah, exactly. And so we've been talking a little bit about, well, K through 12, some of your larger clients aren't doing what they normally do right now. So your large quantity items looks a little different. So I know you had some decline in business. Talk to us about how you've shifted your focus and have started working with your clients a little bit differently.
Yeah, so since a lot of our clients aren't in the office, there is definitely a shift because they're not ordering the typical office supplies. So the things that we see, like break room supplies, like coffee and things to fill up break rooms for people's coffee breaks and lunchtime things. And then also just the normal, paper, file folders, that sort of thing on the office supply side. And then our typical business on the promotional product side is event-based, which most events are getting canceled right now, so we're not seeing that business either. So we're starting to shift. We've shifted to a couple things. One is on the office supply side, we're telling all of our businesses that we work with that if your employees need supplies at home, we can do home delivery, which we typically don't do. We typically to send the office supplies to their to the business's loading dock, warehouse, whatever they have, and then the mailroom distributes it. So we are doing home delivery on the office supply for those businesses. Also,
what a huge value add, right? For those individuals, kind of like myself, who were used to this office situation, and now all of a sudden we're all shifting to working at home. And maybe you find out that, yeah, you're not quite as equipped as you thought you were.
Yeah, and some businesses are used to working at home, or their employees are used to working at home, but there's a lot of businesses that employees are not used to doing that and weren't set up to do that. So they need things. The other thing is there's kind of a couple other areas. So the other area is the K through 12 side. We've just been really trying to help the schools that we work with that, we have a lot of educational resources and supplies to help send to their students if they need it. So, whether it's boxes of crayons or workbooks, things like that. So we've been working with our schools on those sorts of things as well.
Yeah.
And then probably the biggest influx is at this point, and it's really been in the last probably 2 weeks, is people preparing to reopen and it's been all the PPE supplies. So we have abundant, we can supply masks. We can supply like the disposable masks, the fabric masks, the ones that like you can wash and are reusable. We can also supply, like gowns, the disposable gowns, face shields, protective barriers that go in between desks. Like if your office is set up where people are sitting close, like there's these plastic barriers if you're trying to just protect your employees when they come back in.
Right.
And then, it's so the PPE supplies is in high demand, and people are really starting to reach out and ask for that. And the lead times are high. So
So depending on whatever state you're in, right, whatever your businesses might be opening up, this is surely something that you thought you'd never have really in your inventory or supplier connections. And weren't you telling me that some of your suppliers who make other things have
Yeah, so the industry is
themselves.
definitely
You said someone who
shifted.
was making tote bags for your branding for logos and things are now making masks. And so
Right.
at these relationships and everyone's kind of pivoting together.
And so the interesting thing is disposable masks are a pretty standard product on the office
Mhm.
supply side. Like they're,
Mhm.
like they sell them in a box of like 50. And, because if we, so office supply catalog also has janitorial supplies in it
Right.
as
Yeah.
part of it's a category within office supplies. And so those masks are part of that category. Those suppliers are completely wiped out. And those main suppliers have been asked by states and government to give priority order to the healthcare world and
Mhm. Mhm.
state and government agencies before selling to other corporations. So
Mhm.
um, the suppliers on the promotional product side have gotten pretty, just have thought outside the box, and they're like, oh, well, we can produce masks as well. And the masks that they're producing are FDA certified, so they're not just producing. I mean, some of them I have to be careful because I've been doing the research, and some of
Mhm.
them are producing masks, but they're not certified by the
Mhm.
FDA. So they probably work okay, but I'm trying to stick with the ones that are certified.
Of course.
um,
Yeah.
just from a safety perspective. And so, but those, yeah, so like you said, there's suppliers that normally imprint tote bags or electronics and have shifted
Mhm.
their manufacturing to masks.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
great job you guys have done kind of paying attention to what the needs are. And you especially, but your whole company, you've always been tremendous customer service, timely, very communicative. You follow up. Always been really impressed with the support that you guys give us. And I just think it's really cool how you're working with your suppliers on the back end and then advertising and sharing with everyone what you're doing. And you're just here and you're trying to help. So
Yeah. Thank you.
we appreciate you.
Thanks.
Well,
Thanks
thanks
so
for
much.
your time today, Rena. Appreciate it.
You too.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.